know what's going on, man. We back again. We in the building. You know what I'm saying? We with my boy Mac Rob, you know what I'm saying? Health practitioner. You know what I mean? What's going on? How everybody doing tonight, man? What up, Unc? The God killing the building?
Hey man, what's good with you, man? What it do? What it do?
Ain't too much, man. Right here chilling out. What's going on, Mac Rob?
Man, can't call it, man. I'm feeling well, doing good, ready to get it in, man. Teach the people a little bit about this A&P to heart, bro. Late
Already.
night treat. Late night treat.
Yeah, man. You know, this is something like you might want to listen to this, man. This could save your life. You know what I mean? We are saving lives. You heard? Got social pseudo killer official in the building. What's happening, boy?
Ain't much, man. Can't support Mac Rob on the first venture, man. Got to be there for the first show, man. Like a baptism. You know what
Already.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Appreciate that, fam. Pull up, PK. Pull up.
Yes, indeed, man. Got a couple of people that already hit the comments earlier. You said we ready. And I mean, we got gold, we got ghouls popping in, man. You know what I mean? Got JG11. What's happening with you? But if you want, man, go ahead and give him like a little brief little introduction on what you know what I'm saying, what you own, what you do or whatever. If you want to, get that type of information or whatever. And
Yeah, it's
that's
fine.
what you got going on, man.
So man, I'm PK official, man. Been with the team for a few years now. Kind of met Aunt, while doing my thing during the pandemic, out there saving lives in the city. So I hold a couple of titles. A couple of them include that as a medical professional. So, in one sense, I'm a first responder. So I hold a paramedic license. That's the highest medical license in the field, pre-hospital that you can hold. So that means I'm capable of doing IVs and utilizing cardiac monitors, giving advanced medications, intubations, you name it. I also hold a community paramedic license, which means I'm eligible to ride with a MIH team or a mobile integrated health team, meaning I can pair up with a practitioner or a
Mm-hmm.
doctor and kind of render care and services at the houses of people. In addition to that, I also hold a registered nursing license. So I am an official registered nurse. I worked in the trauma center for about a year before moving to the ER. So I got a lot of that trauma ICU experience, treating very sick patients, some of the sickest in the nation, in fact, for a good year. And I worked at nighttime hours during those years, right? We know that traumatic accidents tend to happen at night, right? This is when fools doing the foolishness and from drinking and driving to engaging in a lot of violence. So I got to see a lot and do a lot. In addition to that, my background as far as teaching includes that of an instructor coordinator. I'd be all day naming out certs, so I'm just gonna name these last few and I'm done. I'm an instructor coordinator, meaning I'm qualified and vetted by those who know this material to be able to teach it to adult learners. Um, I also hold a advanced cardiac life support. That means I'm advanced cardiac life support instructor and pediatric advanced life support instructor, among other instructor licenses. That means I'm qualified to be able to teach advanced cardiac life skills to other medical professionals, ranging from doctors to other paramedics. In fact, I've taught alongside doctors as well as taught doctors some of the same material. Um, and tonight, man, I'm gonna just try to keep it basic for the people. Um, health is king. There's a lot of pseudo-ness going on right now, even among the our federal administration, and um, I'm sick and tired of seeing people get hurt, man. You know what I'm
True
saying? So,
indeed.
right?
Yeah, man. Man, that health is like you said, health is king, man. And man, our people really need the information because we don't always like to hear that. We don't always like to hear what we doing wrong, or what I'm saying, what we might need to do better, but we still need to hear it anyway. So man, I think it's gonna be a treat for us, man. Especially, man. I know I'm gonna learn some things, man. But yeah, whenever you ready, man.
Okay, okay. And I do want to just kind of preface this by saying it'll be a very, very simple overview on like the anatomy and physiology of the heart at this stage in the game, and it will be tailored to laypersons, meaning individuals who may not have any knowledge about the heart or how it functions. And so as we move through these different series or different shows, the information will become more extensive and probably more complex. So y'all stay with me. I try to explain terms. Don't be afraid to ask questions in the chat. This is what we do. I will pause and answer any questions that you may have, but it's going to be a quick, short presentation, very few slides, but more visuals, because when you're talking about the A&P or anything health, to be honest with you, but especially when you're talking about body parts, you want to have visuals, because people want to see what they're talking about, and that's what we're going to try to do here tonight. So I got a few treats for you, and I hope they work. But please know this is my first time doing this on StreamYard and on the PK Show, so we're gonna make the best of it.
So indeed, ain't no thing, man. We got some more people that showed up in the building. Sister Sci-Fi, man, what's happening with you? We got Cedric Ortega in the building, PK official. Who else, man? Chilimwe, pulled up, and we know more people gonna come, more people gonna watch this thing back. You know what I'm saying, in the morning as well. So, man, without further ado, man, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's get it in.
All right, let's go. Let's see. Here we go.
And I can only see my screen from my computer, so if you let me know when my
okay.
screen is on, that way I can start moving through the slide.
Oh yeah, you up there? I'm about to put us in the back real quick. Hold on, let me take this down. Boom. All right. Yeah, it's on there now.
Okay. Check. Man, appreciate that. Well,
All right.
first off, I appreciate everybody for joining the show. Again, if you have any comments or questions, you can always shoot them in the chat. Kent, if there's something that I don't see, because I won't be able to see the chat live, just let me know.
I got you.
I try to address it, so I will pause to address those things. But I definitely want to welcome any comments and interactions from the crowd, especially with y'all taking the time out to be here with me this late at night. So let's move through it. So, all right, what are we going to discuss here today? Our objective, there's only 3. So we're going to identify the anatomy of the heart, and we won't go too extensive or get too complicated with it. I just want to talk about like the main structures and talk about the basic functions of the heart and some of the parts that make it do what it do. We're also going to explain how the heart pumps throughout the body. That's a very complex process. Again, we'll keep it simple, but I do want you to leave this show being able to have completed these 3 objectives minimally. All right, so what is the heart? Most people don't know, but the heart is actually a muscle. And what do muscles do? Muscles get bigger, muscles get smaller. Muscles contract, muscles relax. And this is the exact thing that the heart actually does. So, and hearts range in sizes. So some hearts are bigger than others, which can be problematic for some people, especially those with hypertension, or it could potentially lead to hypertensive issues, or what they call cardiomyopathy. And I'll try to explain some of these medical terms that I'll be using, because I'm sure you've heard them before. But just know that in the medical field, medical terms are pretty much a different language. You may be speaking either Greek or Latin. So I'll try to explain some of those terms as we move through. It's about the size of your fist. I gave him the Black Power fist because I know my crowd. We Black African power around here. So, but the heart is about the size of your fist, and we'll talk about where it's located here shortly. And it pumps blood throughout the body. A lot of people may not know that there are about 60,000 miles worth of veins and arteries throughout the human body. And so this muscle that sits in the center of your chest is actually responsible for trying to push that blood across all these different blood vessels that range in that distance. So that's a very important piece of of how the heart functions and some of the anatomy. Most people, when they think about the heart, this is what they think about, right? Valentine's Day, or having the heart broken, or somebody breaking the heart. And they're not exactly sure as to what it actually looks like. Again, it's not a piece of candy or chocolate. It's actually a cardiac muscle that looks more like this. This is a obviously an illustration of what the heart looks to your left, and you can see all these complicated words that are surrounding this structure. I'm going to briefly explain or talk about these structures here in a minute. To the right of this complicated structure, you see a chest, and the heart is almost dead smack in the center, but it kind of sits a little bit to the left. So if there's a thing that we call the anatomical position in the medical field, if in the way that you think of this is if someone is facing you, you're facing them, they're facing you. They're in the anatomical position in relationship to you. So their right side is actually on your left. So if I say the left side of the patient's body, it's going to be on your right side because you're facing that patient. So as you can see here, in the center of the chest, the heart kind of leans to the patient's left chest. It's not all the way centered, but it leans a little bit to the left. About 2/3 of the heart is actually in that space. So back to this section here on the left. What these arrows are showing is the actual direction of blood flow through the heart. All right. As you can see, there's a bottom inferior vena cava, and you see these words like inferior. That just means below. We're pretty used to hearing these terms as African Americans, right? Inferior and superior. So inferior means low, and vena cava is just vein, low vein. All right, and then superior is the upper vein. It's the same vein, but coming from the higher portion, coming from the lower portion, both dumping into this cardiac tissue here or cardiac space called the right atrium. All right, the heart has 4 chambers. It has 2 atria, which is spelled atria, and then it has 2 ventricles, which are these 2 larger portions down here at the bottom. All right. This is the left atria, right atria. They vary in sizes. Okay, all 4 chambers vary in size, but two of them are the same, essentially, and then the other 2 are the same. And as you can see, the ventricles are larger than the atria, and therefore they typically hold more blood. Another thing that you will see is that this pink section here, this is muscle. This is cardiac muscle. Sometimes called myocardium, or if you hear the word myo, think of muscle. And if you hear the word cardio, cardia, or cardium, think of heart. That's another word for heart. Cardio, heart, cardia, heart, or cardium. So blood flow will come through these blue vessels, and no, the vessels aren't really blue. This is just to display the differences between the blue portions and the red portions. These blue ones are called veins. All right, they're called veins. The red portion are called arteries, or this is the aorta. So let me just briefly explain, and we're going to talk more about this too when we do another section on the cardiovascular system. We're going to talk about the different blood vessels that blood actually flows through. Now, if you note early in this presentation, I talked about the body sends blood through about 60,000 miles worth of veins and arteries. Well, let's talk about veins. If you look at your arms, or look at your feet, look at people's necks, or look at different parts of their bodies, you will actually see the veins bulging out of the skin in a sense, right? They're pretty thick, look very ropey or cordy. What they do is they carry blood back into the heart, okay? They carry blood back into the heart. So think about the heart is pumping blood being a liquid vehicle, traveling this highway system of about 60,000 miles, pumping a full volume every minute. So the veins are going to be bringing blood back into the heart, but this blood is going to be deprived of nutrients and oxygen because everybody has already been dropped off at the weigh station. So we're going to start here. So as that blood comes back without any nutrients, without any oxygen, again, it's pumped right here through the right atrium. The right atrium will squeeze. It will pump it through this tricuspid valve. All right, then it's going to close up. This opens, receives the blood. It pumps. it's going to pump through this valve, right? This a pulmonic valve. And this pulmonic valve is going to send that blood through to the lungs. If you notice here in this photo to the right, you can see what looks like rib cages surrounding the heart. Well, the heart is not the only structure that's inside of the chest cavity here. You also have the lung tissue, right? Among other things like the liver, the spleen on the left side, the liver on the right side, and a few other very important vital vital structures, all right? Which also includes this big, thick red aorta, and we'll talk about that here shortly. But the purpose of this rib cage is to actually protect those vital organs, because if something happens to either one of these organs, you could lose blood very quickly and die out, right? Bleed, you could bleed out, or what we call hemorrhage in the medical profession. But the heart and the lungs are actually married to each other. And in fact, there is a terminology that is used that medical professionals actually learn to do in the event somebody passes away. And this is called CPR, or cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So if you hear me correctly, I said the word cardiopulmonary. And as you can see, you see the pulmonary word here in these structures. Pulmonary is just another word for lungs, okay? Another word for lungs. So when the heart pumps blood through the right atria and then pumps it into the right ventricle, the right ventricle's job is to just pump it through this pulmonary artery, which is the only vein in the body that is called an artery. The only vein, the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood. It's going to send that blood flow. This tube is going to lead back into the lungs. You're then going to breathe in. You're going to take breaths of air, and those breaths of air that you carry are actually bringing oxygen molecules back into the bloodstream. So the blood is going to drop off carbon dioxide as you exhale, right? You exhale carbon dioxide, you drop those patients off. You breathe in oxygen. Oxygen then hitches a ride onto the bloodstream, makes its way back through the pulmonary vein. All right, so now you have oxygenated blood coming back through the pulmonary vein. Again, this is the only vein that carries oxygenated blood, because veins carry deoxygenated blood. D means without, right? No oxygen. Veins carry deoxygenated blood. It means blood without oxygen. Arteries carry blood that has oxygen. And the goal of those arteries is to get this blood to the tissue. So again, this pulmonary vein is the only vein in the body that does not carry oxygenated blood. But it does carry blood to the left atrium. That left atrium then pumps through the mitral valve, all right? And we call this the mitral valve because it has to be mighty. Why? Because the left side of the heart is typically stronger than the right side. And it's about to make sense why that would be the case, okay? Remember, the right side is bringing blood back into the heart. The right side of the heart, the right ventricle, the only thing you needed to do is to get it to the lungs so that it can get that oxygen. Once it passes it through the lungs into the left side of the body will make the rest of the magic happen. It is responsible for pumping that blood through the right atria, to the left atria, to the left ventricle, and then through this thick aortic valve right into this thick, ropey aorta. The aorta is the largest artery in the human body. The goal here is for this left ventricle, this left cardiac tissue, to pump that blood all the way through the entire body to make sure that every cell in your body gets the oxygen and nutrients that it needs. Remember, blood is a liquid vehicle that are transporting particles or people that we're calling either oxygen or carbon dioxide. And there's a switch. So once this blood leaves the left ventricle and goes to the body, the next stop, again, is to the cells of the body. And you know that you have tons of cells. So once that blood reaches those cells, they then switch out with the waste products that your cells, and we'll talk about these later on in later chapters, your cells are like miniature worlds where there's there's nations of different people doing different things to ensure that the cell lives. And one of those processes is called the cellular respiration. All right. And cellular respiration is blood is bringing in oxygen and sugar and potassium and calcium and all these wonderful things that you need. And it's going to take those things in and use the oxygen and the glucose to create ATP or energy so that you can sit up in your seat and listen to this ridiculous lecture right now, right? Or so that you can get on the basketball court and let Mac Rob break your ankle. So the ATP that you produce, again, is from you being able to breathe in oxygen and also taking sugar, but it has to get there because of the pumping of the heart. Now, I want you to also note, and I'm going to show you here in real time, but I want you to also note that what you're looking at is a diagram. This is just the heart being cut. This is an illustration of a cut heart. All right. If this heart was complete, this middle section here separates these two ventricles. All right. All of these structures are separated by a thick piece of tissue in the center here. So you may be looking at this and saying, well, why isn't blood going from this side to this side? Sometimes that happens. Like sometimes children are born with holes in the heart until they heal, right? Or some people, it may never heal. And so sometimes there may be a hole going from here to this side. And that can be problematic. Why? Because remember, the right side should be pumping blood into the lungs. The blood should be receiving oxygen and then going into this left side and then pumping through the tissue. So let's go a little bit deeper. So this is another illustration of what the blood flow is supposed to be doing in the heart and then making its way to the body. So as we talked about, we started out with the right side, right? We said that the right side with these blue arrows represented veins, all right, V-E-I-N. And we said that the left side or the red represents arteries, which is A-R-T-E-R-Y or I-E-S. So as blood is coming from the tissue, they just dropped off oxygen and nutrients and glucose and picked up carbon dioxide and water. Now the blood is still pumping, and it's going to pump blood all the way up into the right side of the heart, all right, through the vena cava, remember, to the right atrium, right, through the right atrium, into the right ventricle, through the pulmonary artery, through this pulmonary artery, as you can see as the arrow is indicating, from the pulmonary artery into the lungs. You breathe out, and then you breathe in. As you breathe in, artery then strikes the blood. Now the blood is going to be brighter red. It's going to pump that blood through the pulmonary vein, into the left atrium, down into the left ventricle, through the aorta, and then to the body tissues all over again. And it just does this cycle round and around and around. And sometimes this cycle is interrupted by many different things. It could be that somebody's heart is pumping too fast. It could be that the heart is experiencing some type of blockage. It could be that there are blockages in the arteries, blockages in the vein. It could be trauma, and we'll talk about that later on. But I do want to note also, and this is very important, the left side, veins don't require the same high pressure that arteries do. And why is it important? When doctors or medical professionals check your blood pressure, they're checking the pressure in this red stuff, in the arteries, not in your veins. When you check a pulse, if you put your hand on your neck and you feel a pulsating beat, that's your carotid artery. If you take your finger and put your finger right at your wrist, right above your thumb, you will feel a pulsating beat. That is the pulse. That pulse is beating through that's your correction. That is an artery beating every time that your heart beats. You can feel it by feeling a pulse. That's what a pulse is. It's the left ventricle contracting and pushing blood throughout your body. And your body should be doing this on average between 60 and 100 beats per minute. Now, of course, there are outliers. There are people whose bodies will beat for 40 plus minutes, 46 minutes, or 50 times a minute. But the average person should have a heartbeat of between 60 to 100 on average. So again, the veins aren't under the same high pressure that arteries are, because arteries are tasked with giving blood and nutrients to the rest of the body. However, to assist your veins with getting that blood back into the heart, it is important that you walk. All right, walking is very important. So if you have older family members who are very who sit down a lot, and you notice that blood is just really, you notice that the ankles are swelling up, the calf muscles and all this are getting really big and bigger than normal. These individuals need to walk. Why? Because veins, especially veins in the lower half of your body, they rely on you to use your muscles. Because those muscles, as we said earlier, the heart is a muscle, and what does the muscle do? It contracts and relaxes. Well, when you walk, your calf muscles and thigh muscles are contracting. And what this does is as it's contracting, there are veins in the vicinity. And so it's pushing on those veins and pushing that blood up and up and up and up until it dumps right back into the cardiac system. And you have valves in your veins that prevent the blood from going back south. And this allows that blood flow to come right back into the heart and continue on doing the things that we needed to do. So one more demonstration. This is just another demonstration of what's actually happened, and this doesn't go into detail about cellular respiration, which is one of my favorite topics. But this again is just showing blood flow, how it flows throughout the body. All right. Again, we say we're using the body as the end of the body as the starting point. We're saying, all right, all the nutrients were dumped. We're coming back up. Please note that there's blood also coming from the top because your head is also receiving blood flow as well. So, but this is just for simplification. So blood then makes its way to the right side of the heart or the right atria, pumps to the right ventricle, pumps to the lungs. You breathe out, you breathe in. The blood is now carrying different particles called oxygen. That oxygen comes back in through the left aorta, pumps through the left ventricle. That left ventricle has to work harder than the rest of the heart and pump it through the rest of the body. All right. Here is a video, or you may be able to type this in. I've said I was going to pull it up, but I'm going to hold off. And what I'm going to do, Kent, is I'm going to just go ahead and go to some of the, try to do a live demo of.
True that. Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so I got a little treat for y'all. Let me see if I can. I don't think I can make it any bigger. But this is a program I got called Complete Anatomy. And what it does is it allows me to, I use it to teach students, but what it does is it allows me to teach students with visuals, right? I'm able to pull this up on the big screen, break down certain pieces of the body, and give them an actual visual of what we're talking about, right? Which is very important. So let me see. Let's see if I can, and this program is about $70, $80 a year. You can sign on as a student, and it has so much in it. I mean, everything ranging from videos of different parts of the body, peer-reviewed material, of course, none of this pseudo stuff. And it gives you, again, really good visuals so that you'll have a pretty good idea of what's happening. But I like the models piece. I can click this model and go to any portion. I'm going to do the thorax since we're talking about the heart. And I can select any one of these different areas, all right, to help me actually formulate portions of the body. So peep this out. As I click the plus, it adds in more structures. All right. I can zoom in, of course. I can spin it around, take looks at it, right? I can hit this sternum, and it'll actually tell you here on the side what the piece is and some facts about it, right? And then you can hit these other different sections to get a different viewpoint of what it looks like. All right. I mean, it's very detailed. I can actually take these pieces and hide them, pull them out of the way, right? See how it disappears. All right. And I kind of want to do that. Muscles. All right. See how I'm adding muscle layers to it. All right. Connective tissue. Here's the arteries. This is what we're talking about. All right. See how the heart just popped up when I clicked that button? Boop. There goes the heart. All right. It should be beating. I don't know why it's not beating. Let me try the full body and see if the heart's beating. No, it's actually not beating. I apologize, y'all. Let me go back. All right. But this here is just showing you how the heart sits inside of your body. And as you notice, your body is surrounded by all of these different rib cages. And I'm sure there was an evolutionary benefit to that. Again, there are some very vascular meaning vessels, vessels meaning veins and arteries or ropes that carry blood. There are a lot of vascular structures inside of this rib cage area. You can't see it now because I have a lot of them hidden, but as you can see, if I start to add veins, these are just the veins, okay? Every vein has an opposing artery because if I'm taking blood to that location, I need to be able to take blood away from that location. And so watch this. When I add arteries, see that? Very vascular. All right. And this is just the upper torso area. I mean, you have the same layout for other portions of the body. So I'm gonna move some of these away. Hold on, let me see. I want to be able to get this. See this big old thick red rope here? That is the aorta. That aorta is responsible for taking large volumes of blood to your cells, taking nutrients, oxygen, and all the things that your body needs to be able to maintain itself are going to be carried through that red structure. The blue structure, as I mentioned earlier, are what brings the blood back. And I'm going to keep hitting that point so that you'll understand the difference. All right. So again, when you get your blood pressure checked, it is through those arteries that they're actually checking your blood pressure. All right. There's systolic and diastolic numbers that they're giving you. So let me see. All right. So let's go back to the heart. I'm going to try to take some of these pieces out of the way so we can just get straight to the heart and look at some of the structures. The heart also receives its own blood, and it receives that through what we call coronary arteries. There's a actual clear like sac that protects this heart too. It's not, you can't see it here now, but it's called the pericardial sac. Okay, there we go. It's beating now. It's called the pericardial sac, and that pericardial sac has about 30 to 50 milliliters worth of what we call serous fluid. And that serous fluid helps protects the heart in the case you bump your chest really hard. It keeps the chest lubricated or the heart lubricated to prevent friction when the heart beats like you see it doing now. And it also protects the body in cases of inflammation, etc. However, that pericardial sac can become infected and you can receive, pericarditis, which was a major topic during the COVID pandemic, and myocarditis, of course, which would be the inflammation of the heart. So anytime you hear the word myo, think muscle, carditis, heart-itis, think inflammation. And inflammation has 4 to 5 stages, right? Heat, redness, swelling, pain, tissue death. Excuse me. So you can see the heart beating here. Again, every time the heart beats, you will feel your own pulse. And that beat is coming from that left ventricle. Remember, we said the left side of the chest, which is beating excessively hard to get blood flow to other structures of the body. All right. So let's see if I can. You can see that too, right? Get a better look at it. Let me see if I can hide some of the structures of the heart. All right, see some of these structures. This piece right here is the valve. Remember we talked about that that tricuspid valve on the right, and then the correction on the right, and then the mighty or mitral valve on the left. All right. All right, there's another valve here. All right. Just trying to give y'all the best view I can of what a heart actually looks like. As we move on through these different series, we'll talk more about like heart attacks and what are signs and symptoms, some things that you can do to actually ensure good cardiac health. We'll discuss some statistics that actually affect the African American population, some reasons why you may see more cardiovascular issues with African Americans versus other groups. And then we'll also differentiate why you may see differences between African American males versus African American females, right? And we know one of those major issues is because African American males tend to not go to get checkups, whereas women get about 2 or 3 per year. So that's generally all I wanted to do today, was just give y'all a brief overview of how the heart function, some of the pieces that make it do what it do, why it is important, and then leave you with the advice of, hey, get up and walk, go running, Try to get some of that good strong oxygen in your system. You know, go to a good quiet park. Um, go to places where it's green. Um, we'll talk about the importance of diet as it relates to cardiovascular health a little bit later on. Again, I don't want to get too complex and complicated, and I am open for any questions. Let's see if I can hit the chat. Can anybody hear? Can y'all hear me? Kick
Oh,
double.
that's my bad. Yeah, I was talking, had the mic muted. No, I said no, that was dope as hell, man. I like that jump, man. You broke it down very simple, you know what I'm saying, very clear. And you know, that's how we need to receive it, you know what I mean? Because this is a pretty difficult subject to understand. So, you know, at least the way you talking, like when if we go in the hospital and the doctor start talking that talk, you know, we kind of we'll be a little more prepared to understand what they telling us. But
Right, right.
Sister Safa asked if you could please share some interventions or actions to promote heart health. And I'm gonna share that link in the chat if anybody want to come up on the panel and ask some questions.
Absolutely. So Sapphire and I both know nutrition is very important. Eating a balanced diet, eating a heart healthy diet, right? Not engaging in too much sugary foods or highly processed and ultra processed foods. Making sure you're getting your grains, your fruits, your vegetables, plenty of water. Try to reduce your red meats if you can. You know, try to eat some pretty good baked goods. Keep a check on your cholesterol. Keep a check on your blood sugar. And if you know these are things that you're not going to do, you should be going to a doctor, right? Go to see your physician. This is one of the first things we should be doing, especially as African Americans, is go get you a physician, somebody who's going to know your medical history and will be able to walk you through the process. All right. Um, Google can't save you. All right. AI chat can't save you. And um, the armchair YouTube doctors can't save you. You need to go to a physician where they have a high level equipment and tools and they actually know what they're talking about. All right, we're talking about people who are licensed in their profession. We're talking about individuals who have spent decades doing the work that they're doing. Um, you health is nothing to play with, and we have tons of resources and tools that you can actually use to your benefit. Like, but you need vetted professionals to help you get there, right? So do things like again, go for walks, go for runs, engage in stress-free activities, you know, whether it's going out with the family, whether it's going hiking, but also know your limits, right? And part of knowing your limits is knowing when to go to the doctor, getting checkups. Um, I'm you know, I'll be honest with you, I am uh very strict about going to the doctor. Like I had to I tell doctors, hey, whatever you're looking at, I need it printed out and I need to put it in my own personal portfolio.
Mm,
So, you know, when I go to the doctor and any blood work I get copies of it. And then I measure it up against
that's
blood
deep.
work that I've had in the past.
Yeah, that's deep right there, man. I never thought about like keeping your own records at home because most people depend on, you know, the doctor got my records, so all I gotta do is call up there to get, you know, whatever I need. But how many
Right.
people got a folder with all of their medical information,
Right.
you know,
Right.
in their house, you know?
And I'm glad you mentioned it because some people have multiple doctors, but they're not making sure that the records are being properly exchanged from one doctor to the next. And so they may be getting two separate medications that may not be working together. They may actually be working against each other because they failed to understand maybe the language that the doctor or the medical professional spoke when they went to see him at first. And
Mm-hmm.
now they're having difficulty explaining that to the second doctor because they went to two separate hospitals over the past 30 days, right? And so they have all these medications that actually work counter to each other. So health literacy is very important, but it's also important for those medical professionals to be able to break it down in simple terms so that their patient can understand. That's part of your profession as a medical professional. It's not just to
Right.
treat the patient. Part of treating the patient is being able to communicate and empower that patient to take their health into their own hands.
Sure, indeed. We got a question from Chill. He said, "What type of effects would you see in socially, economically depressed on heart health?"
You're more likely to see significant cardiac events, ranging from heart attacks to atrial fib to hypertension. Hypertension is high blood pressure or high tension in the blood vessels, all right, particularly the arteries that we talked about. When you have high blood pressure in your arteries, if you think about it, think about trying to blow more air into a blown up balloon, right? Or think about trying to blow a mouthful of Kool-Aid through a Capri Sun straw.
Mm.
The cheeks are going to get tired over time, right? It's going to be very difficult. The pressure is very high in those very small Capri Sun straws versus a regular straw, right? Versus a McDonald's straw. You could do pretty good to get, So if you have Capri Sun straw type arteries, it's going to tire the heart out no different than your mouth is going to tire out when you're trying to push that Kool-Aid out through those small straws.
Mm.
And so what happens to the muscles? Muscles get tired, they get fatigued, they swell up. And as this swelling increases, that decreases the amount of space that the blood can inhabit, thus reducing the amount of blood flow that your body is able to push out to the rest of the cells. So, and then lastly, being in areas where the pollution is terrible, again, that may hurt the capability of the body receiving a good flow of oxygen. Being in areas where you're having to run from dogs or gunshots and things of that nature, this may increase the heart rate in patients, which also increases the cortisol levels, right? And cortisol leads to damages to those blood vessels, right? Further worsening hypertension. It leads to an increase in the dumping of glucose into the blood. This makes you more likely to be affected by diabetes type 2, right? So now you have diabetes type 2, you have hypertension. Both of these affect the kidneys. And, as the kidneys begin to experience this hypertension, you start to lose kidney function. And now you get to the period where you can't even filter out your own blood anymore. So you end up on dialysis, or you end up retaining a lot of fluid, and this fluid is backing up to your lung. It's a domino effect of trouble. And so so those are some things that you can see in socially economically depressed areas, because they won't have the transportation to get to the hospital like you would see with groups that aren't socially deprived. They won't have quality health care the same as you may see in those well-to-do neighborhoods, so they have to travel further. And so they don't have the transportation. They don't have a doctor in the nearby vicinity. But you know what they do have in their nearby vicinity? An ambulance and an ER. So who do you think they're going to make their primary care physician? It's going to become an ER doctor, and they're going to get there through the ambulance system.
Yep.
And that is what's happening in America.
That's you ain't lying. That's real, man. It ain't funny, you know what I'm saying? But just shit, man, it's real, yo. Yo, hey, them hot. So them.
Said
them
what?
hot,
Hold on. He said what? What?
He said they physician become the ER people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's real. A lot of people wait to them, when something wrong, they're just like, all right, I'm just going to the ER.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing with neither one of y'all on that.
That's real.
That's because that's a real situation, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's that's the first time you seen a doctor. Wow. Yeah, we take it for granted. Have health care. You know what I mean? Like, spend good money on health care, man.
Yes,
and gotta deny yourself some things, right? It's important. Then stress that men have, right? Be stressed out, don't have the health care, then the food source don't be right. Yeah, you working against yourself all the way, man. And man, yeah, that's a good one, bro.
Them hot Cheetos ain't good for you, Rob. Come on, man.
Yeah,
them hot fries. I can't get the hot fries, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the presentation though, Rob. It was good and clean. Like, yeah. That we can keep building on that right there. Like, I like the diagram. So, like, I like to see them body parts and stuff. I like same thing with like brain. I like to see it. You know what I'm saying? I think the more you know about your body parts, it can aid you when you actually go to the doctor. And you can understand how serious something is when you actually start to understand the body parts and its function.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, we just go to the doctor, they're telling you stuff, and just getting pills. Like, you just think, well, I'm gonna be all right. I got these pills, I can take everything, but you may not realize the seriousness of the nature, you know what I mean, that have you in that hospital. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's good to understand. So
and I do want to add too that yes, so another cardiovascular event are strokes. I see somebody just reminded me, and I apologize that I didn't. Who is it? The objective perspective. Yes, strokes or cerebral vascular accidents, what they call CVAs, are real in our community, and strokes. Strokes. It affects blood flow to the brain, right? And y'all know from the brain shows that the brain controls other body parts.
Yes.
If you're stroking in an area that controls walking, well, guess what? You're gonna have trouble walking, right? Or areas where speech is important, you're gonna have aphasia or dysphagia or some issue with that, or even difficulty swallowing, right? Can kill you. That can be detrimental. So, but yep, strokes and heart attacks are very problematic. Gary, yes, man, you can hit me up anytime. Please, and I do want to preface here about it. I am not a physician, but I can point you in the direction of the resources and the people that you may need to talk to. So, you may have some anecdotal stories that I may be familiar with, but I'm always push you toward the professional.
Yep. Sister Safa said increased health literacy will better enable you to advocate for yourself when you see your provider as well.
I agree with that. So, Safa, you supposed to be up here with me. We're supposed to be tag team.
Safa, hit the link, man. Hit the link.
She up next. That's how you up next.
Yeah. We're gonna do a show together. Probably on mental health. We
can do man. We need that.
Duck. Hit you with the duck.
Man, we got Cedric Ortiga in the building, man. What it do, man?
What it do? Fresh off the talk. Yeah, Mac, that was an excellent presentation. It brought me back. It was great to hear that explanation being given again. It was a great presentation, straight to the point. I loved it. I want to just add on, because we will focus on the lungs and the carrying of oxygen and that whole process. When you go to your physician and you have your blood analysis done, check your HB. That's hemoglobin. That is the tool, that is the mechanism by which means that oxygen is transported. And it's important to know what your HB, your hemoglobin levels are, because if they are too low, there are dietary actions you can take. And knowing your HB is important. Lightheadedness, fatigue when you try to engage with exercise, it may be due to a low HB, and that may be directly related to poor diet. That means you would have to increase the iron in your diet, etc. So if you're going to start engaging in exercise, I recommend you have a full blood analysis done and make sure your HB, your hemoglobin levels is within range.
Absolutely. He is correct. Iron deficiency anemia.
And Cedric stayed at a Holiday Inn.
No, I'm a lab tech. I'm a lab tech. That's what I do. I compliment Mac's position, so I'll give you that data.
Well, he came up here with the pop out. I was like, "Oh man, let me see what."
Hey, Matt.
You already know when we talk about blood. I already know he gonna know that when we start talking about blood.
It's coming.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's in this run right there. You know,
that's in this run right there.
Well, it's coming. Said it's part of cardiovascular health, so we're gonna talk about blood, ABO system.
Get you to go.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm with
indeed.
that too. I'm studying the blood, so I'll be ready. I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
Hey, Mac, how influential is heredity? Like, say if your parents or your grandparents or whatever, you know what I'm saying, has something and it passed down. How does that affect the heart that much, or is just basically what you do for yourself?
You know, there's there's a famous saying that is it that diabetes run in your family or nobody in your family runs? Uh, but now, so genetics genetics obviously plays a role, but also environment, right? Like if if I'm the kid of someone that has hypertension,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm engaging in the same cultural practices or internal family practices as that person, I'm more likely to develop that same issue, right? I'm
Mm,
already There's already a risk factor there because it's genetic,
right.
but it being genetic doesn't mean that it has to happen, right? That's what they call a it's
At risk.
non-modifiable factor,
Yeah.
non-modifiable risk factor, right?
Mm,
Like being a male is a non-modifiable risk factor for some illnesses or issues. Doesn't
right.
necessarily mean that being a male means you're gonna be sick, but it's just a risk factor. And if you think about life in terms of risk,
Mm-hmm.
you're just trying to reduce the possibility that a thing will happen, right? You put your seatbelt on when you're driving, right?
Right. Right.
Exercise, drink healthy, do all these things so that you can reduce the risk
Yeah, risk
of
management.
leaving the planet.
Yeah,
And,
it's
and
risk.
I was going
You're
to say what's
reducing. Yeah, you're reducing the likelihood of an occurrence because
Yeah,
of risk management. So you're
absolutely.
prone to, and your actions are going to determine the risk factor.
and you might have mentioned this already, but what's some of those things that people just need to leave alone, put down? Don't get them donuts, don't get, don't drink that liquor. Like what do we need to just stay away from, man? Give it to us
Uh,
straight, yo.
The liquor for sure.
Stay away from drugs, right?
Drugs,
Drugs,
yo.
alcohol, cigarettes. Um, I think they do recommend certain types of alcohol, but
Red wine in
Or
moderation.
moderate, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
in
Yeah, red
moderation.
wine in moderation, and usually the Bordeaux's and the stronger wines, they have a higher oxidation value,
Man, that Don Julio be
antioxidant
hitting
value.
though, man. Come on, man.
Hey,
No,
from a lot of shows I'm looking at, bro. Are you familiar with how healthy caffeine is? Because I've seen like some different conflicting reports
Yeah.
on caffeine. Like some I'm getting good reports from caffeine. Like it's what I'm saying it's like it's in certain amounts it's actually healthy. You know what I'm saying? For some of the stuff I'm looking at. So where are you at with that?
I have that has been a topic of debate. I do know that with caffeine, I think it's what we call the diuretic, and so it can make you urinate quite a bit. So
Hmm.
you would definitely have to be careful depending on what your personal health is. There
Mhm.
were also some reports in earlier literature. I haven't seen the latest that caffeine may be associated with what they call AFib or atrial fibrillation. I don't know if that's still a true thing. I need to see the most current science on it, but I drink coffee. I drink caffeinated coffee maybe twice a
Yeah,
AFib
day.
we should look into.
AFib is a possibility, depending on the concentration of caffeine that is consumed in one doses. So if you're not a caffeine consumer, if you have a double espresso, that can increase heart fibrillation. So there is
Absolutely.
some truth to that, but it's based on the concentration of caffeine consumed.
So
Yeah, they'll
like
look into that a little more. 'Cause I've seen like a back and forth on but there's some of the more recent neuroscientific shows I'm watching explaining how that caffeine, how it actually works in the body. So
Hmm.
they've been
mhm.
giving some like, yeah. So I mean, that's something I can probably touch on at another date. We can look into it then.
what
Yeah,
what is
that
it that the as a truck driver, right? A lot of us, I used to drink the energy drinks, but I've been quit
Ooh,
that a long time ago. But
wait.
what is it that the energy drinks are actually doing to people that actually harms the heart? Because they say it's like if you drink too many of them, you might catch a heart attack or something like that. But they're saying that like drinking them at all is gonna mess you up. So what is it that the energy drink is doing to your heart?
So I'll be honest with you and tell you I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if it's chemicals in the heart that are making the heart go into a tachyarrhythmia. What tachy means is very fast. Remember, the heart should beat between 60 and 100.
Mm-hmm.
Anything above 100 is what we call tachycardia. All right,
Got
tachycardia. Anything below 60 and a patient is having problems, we call it bradycardia. So brady is slow and tachy is fast.
Mm.
So I don't know that it's maybe I can't recall if it speeds the heart up. And we know that when you speed the heart up too fast, it affects the heart's ability to be able to capture enough blood to pump it out,
Mm.
right? So imagine if you took your hands and you put them in a bathtub full of water, right? If you do it slow, you can get pretty good amounts of water through your palms, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But if you keep the faster you go, the less you're able to fill your palm up with water. It's going to spill over, or you're not going to get enough into your palms to be able to put into whatever you're trying to put it into. So think of that as the case when the heart is beating too fast. It'll affect your cardiac output. And if your heart's not beating out the amount of blood flow that you need every minute, certain cells are going to start to suffer, right? And you're going to see signs of it. Like your body is going to give you signs that something's not right. Like
Right.
your body, you're going to be pale, you're going to be breathing pretty quickly. If it gets too bad, your skin will actually get diaphoretic, so you'll become cool and clammy, or your heart may not even get the blood flow that it needs, so you'll start feeling chest pain.
Lightheadedness. You see often after consumption of the energy drinks, the palpitation of the heart. You see people starting to gasp for air, and that can lead to loss of consciousness because of the low level of oxygen consumed. But the problem with those energy drinks is the high level of caffeine that is put within a small concentration. So, caffeine that is derived from coffee is within its natural concentration based on the bean. Now, if you concentrate that caffeine and you triple and quadruple the amount in those energy drinks, it is going to spike your awareness, but it's also going to have secondary effects, which can lead to grasping for air and losing consciousness, which I've seen.
Yeah, and energy drinks got they got just caffeine and they got stimulants in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a little different from it's next level from the
Yeah,
caffeine.
It's the sugar.
Yeah,
The sugar too.
sugars. Yeah,
The
Yeah,
sugar.
but we got like
Get you.
taurine and
taurine and
guarana in there, those
Yeah.
stimulants.
Yeah,
all
those
the
stimulants,
stimulants and sugars.
and that's what stimulants do, right? They increase the activity of the body, so they make the heart go a whole lot faster than it should. Now sugar, so yes, so stay away from saturated fats, large volumes of sugar, because these things increases the risk of you catching either diabetes and or high blood pressure, right? Two of the major killers in the African American community, which essentially leads to cardiovascular disease, or CVD, which is the number one killer in our community. Men, you see, if you start having chest pain and signs, if you're cutting the grass and your chest start hurting, and then it stops when you stop cutting grass, you need to get checked out.
Oh man.
Starts while you're cutting grass and don't stop, you better call 911 or take your butt to a hospital immediately.
Immediately.
Hey, I'll also
Hey, like,
say
extra
like if you have the underlying something like you say like you have diabetes, right? Man, tell your kids, right? Because I've come across like you find that out later on. You know what I'm saying? As you get educated about it and you look and see what they were doing. Hold on, man, sugar-free Coke. You know what I'm saying? You start looking, it's like then you look and find they had diabetes. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if it's hereditary, right, and these things can be passed down, and you have yourself as a parent, then you want to definitely educate your kids.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, that's something that can be passed down. You know what I'm saying? So y'all both can be aware of it. You feel me? So
yeah. And to that point, Sosa, put the kids in positions to be engaged in physical activity, right? Buy them bikes. skateboards, take them walking, go to the park, encourage them to get out in the sun and buy them a basketball goal or soccer ball or something that's gonna get them physical and not have them sitting at the game eating hot fries.
Yeah.
So
Tackies.
Hey, what about hot sauce, man? I'm real big on hot sauce, man. On my chicken, on my rice and gravy.
is it the sodium? I think is hot sauce high in sodium.
I don't even know. I know it tastes
I'm
delicious.
not sure.
I don't know what the sodium got.
It depends on the brand. For example, Matux is one of those that is not high in sodium, and again, the antioxidants and vitamin C in most peppers, hot sauces is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
good
Texas
stuff.
Pete, pretty
I
safe.
don't know.
Man, you gotta
You
pick
need to
that
check-
bottle.
you need to
You
check
gotta
the
pick
sodium
the bottle up, flip the ingredients, and then look and read them ingredients, bro. You got
Yes, sir. And we're gonna
Oh,
talk about
man.
that too. So hopefully, Sister Sci-Fi join me so we can teach people how to read food labels. But
Man.
I want to be very cautious though. I don't want people to think that would make them a nutritionist. You just have more information to be able to make informed decisions, but it does not equate being equivalent with experts. Okay, we're more likely to mess things up than they are.
But hey, you definitely want to look at it, right? Because you tend to think that orange juice and these stuff are really healthy in general.
Mhm.
But as you become more educated on these types of drinks, you just realize that there's a lot of stuff has too much sugar in it, right? So a lot of stuff is advertised to you in the store. You think, well, you're doing yourself a service by just grabbing them because they're over here. But if you don't look at the ingredients to see the amount of sugar that's in them, you're gonna actually be doing yourself a disservice. So just because it got a fruit on it, right, on the packaging and a pineapple on it, don't necessarily mean you just pick it up and drink it. It's gonna be good for you.
100% fruit juice with 10 pounds of sugar.
10 pounds of sugar in it with an apple and a pineapple on the cover.
Yeah. No, fruit
You
juices
thinking this
are
Minute
by
Maid is giving me
definition not healthy. Yeah.
this
Fruit
Minute Maid is
juices,
giving me
ladies
health.
and gentlemen, are by definition not healthy. They are
Right.
sugar. It's
Straight
like
sugar,
sugar,
bro.
just sugar,
Yeah,
artificial
straight sugar.
flavoring and sugar. And think about it. If these fruits were natural, there is no way you can reproduce the exact same taste every time. These flavors are produced in laboratories, and that's how you get the consistency. There is some fruit in it, but it's not fruit juice. No, it's not like squeezing an
Fresh
orange or
orange.
pressing an apple. No,
You
it's
just
not.
said juicy juice is the worst. You're right.
Just said repeat what you said about the caffeine. She ain't hear it.
Yeah.
Too much caffeine can have a negative effect on the heart overall. It can cause arrhythmia. It can cause arrhythmia. But anything that you consume in excess is no good. I'm guilty of that. I'm drinking coffee right now. Like I drink coffee all day. So I love coffee, but high levels of caffeine can have an adverse effect, especially if you get a too high doses in one time. You get that increased heart palpitations, uh, increased lung capacity. It can lead to people passing out, which I've seen from consuming energy drinks, not just regular coffee.
Yeah, Miss Safa said read the food labels and take note of what the recommended portion size is. Yeah, because it ain't like they hiding it from you. They actually telling you what everything got in it. It's up to you to make the decision on what you going to put in your body. You know what I mean? So they ain't forcing you to do nothing. It's all about what you buying and what you consuming.
Yeah, you know what? Like some people drink coffee all day long, cups and cups and cups of coffee. That's
Mhm.
you know what I mean. That's overboard. Everything got to have like a certain moderation to it. You know what I mean? If you drink, I'm a coffee drinker, but I'm not like a cup of coffee cup. I sip on a cup all day. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's it. And
You
some
don't
days I
crash.
might miss a day. Huh?
You don't crash.
Nah, nope. Man, you know, I done had some real drugs. Coffee don't do.
They ain't got nothing on you.
If the heart ain't fall out from what I was doing, then look, man, I'm lucky. So the coffee ain't gonna get me, bro. Trust me, it ain't gonna get me. Yeah,
Sometimes I drink sometimes, but it'll get that little crash, like, well, you know, I mean, you just feel like that low until you go all the way down. You be
if you drink too much, if you drink too much coffee, it do the reverse.
See,
Sure.
So I used to be with the Mountain Dew, but I switched to Pepsi.
I don't drink no sodas. Yeah, because that's still caffeine. You adding coffee.
I drink soda. That's like a treat. Soda's a treat. Now everyone's
yeah. Like once in a while, I'll buy a Coke and tell her and say I'm decadent. Right?
Yeah, we're at a barbecue or something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's what we just run.
You know, I like carbonated water. Y'all like carbonated water? Sugar-free carbonated water,
bro.
I love that.
I can't. So you be drinking that like
just straight up
the Sheps and all that.
He doesn't drink water. He drinks Apollinaris.
Man,
drink that soda water, man.
Apollinaris.
It's carbonated water. That's a flavor in it. You know what I'm saying? No sugar.
If you got a little bit of flavor in it, it tastes like a little bit of flavor. You gotta have a little bit.
I might try that now because I have issues drinking water. Like, I don't like the way water tastes.
Guilty. I don't like the way
water tastes. So I got a lot of packaged
sugarless. What are you drinking, yo?
I do a lot of sugarless packets with it to aid in my drinking it, so I consume. That's what got me off soda. Sugar free.
Can y'all drink water out the faucet?
Yeah. I can drink water out the faucet. The water is fine. I don't like the way it tastes. Water.
You don't like bottled water, no water, Avion, different types. You ever tried that?
I don't like the way it tastes.
I don't like the way water tastes.
Yeah, that tonic water. That's what I was about to say. That's what you drinking?
Nah, man. You get the Canada.
You drink the sparkling water.
You talking about like Sheps
Apollinaris, they're different brands. When you go out to eat, they ask you if you want flat or sparkling water, right? So there's
I like the sparkling water.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different brands.
You don't get a buzz from that. I get a buzz from that. If I drink like a sparkling water, I get a buzz.
I can't do sparkling water either.
Really?
I can drink sparkling water, but regular water, I'll buy water. I'll put water in the fridge. I'll drink a little bit, but.
Man, give me some of that. What's that water? Give me some of that Fiji water any day, man.
That's a little rough.
I love that Fiji.
Yeah, that's I should drink more water.
Or that smart water or Fiji. Yep.
Fiji little rough.
Smart water, Hey, I do want to recognize the three sisters. I see Juju saying, drink that tonic water. Also, Sister Sapphire, yes, you're correct. Whole fruits are definitely the bomb and are more advantageous than the store-bought juices. Absolutely. And then Miss Tiffany, yes, I did see that RFK was trying to make changes to the food. If he really want to make a difference, though,
get on the vaccines.
Well, definitely that. Like that's without question, right? But to that point, he would engage in public health measures to make sure communities that are at a disadvantage could receive similar services as the people who are in neighborhoods that aren't disadvantaged. That way, their doctors don't be at the ER. So if he really want to make a difference, he need to push those initiatives and start as opposed to being just worried about Red 40.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that ain't real. I don't even like this whole program because he used that. We just want to, what are those words they said? We just think y'all should be something crazy, man. The same thing he said about vaccine. We just want to see this. Man, it's terrible.
Yeah, he's an environmental lawyer, and a lot of what he talks about is environmental related things that he's trying to fix. Right? He's trying to, he don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I can't stand him. JJ a fool.
Even
a fool.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Trying to reduce sugar and those type of things. We all understand that if we reduce the amount of sugar being consumed overall, it's better for our health. That doesn't take away from the fact that he's a quack, right? And and that he's put the whole country and by extension the world at risk because measles is starting to break out. Measles was on a American crew infected with measles, and measles broke out in some other country, right? And this is all directly related to the anti-vaccine campaign that this Mr. Kennedy is promoting.
And you know what, said something you and I may know that most others may not know. We know that humans must have sugar to survive. The body breaks down
Converts everything to
food
sugar.
to glucose in order to produce the 36 ATP
Hmm.
needed to ensure that you have the energy that you have right now to
Yep.
chill. And so we are now, we're no longer hunter gatherers for the most part that are chasing food, every 1 or 2 or 3 days or multiple hours out the day. We now have access to be able to make these high calorie snacks, but we don't have the discipline to not indulge in those evolutionary
Yep.
practices. And so, so obesity is a major issue. Like, we've created inventions that have outgrown our evolutionary habits.
Yeah. See, when you're a hunter gatherer, eating meat is part of your diet, but you don't get the amount of meat that we can consume on a daily, right? You might be successful once or twice in a week hunting, and then when you need to share that, your portion is relatively small, so you get a good portion that is sustaining the body. But what do? We go and we order a 25-pound steak, porterhouse, 10-pound porterhouse,
Mm.
and we want to do that 5 days a week, right? And that's a problem. So
That's the point.
that's the problem right there. And the portions. I realized that coming from Europe, living in the Caribbean, and then going to the U.S., like going into the mall. One plate of food, literally, I can share between 3 people here. I sitting in the mall in the U.S. and I'm sharing the portion between me and Raquel and the kids, and I'm watching a lady who ordered the same portion that I did, complaining about this mall because they never give you enough food, and I'm like, and and in Europe the portions are even smaller again. Like
Mhm.
what's a large in Europe is a small in America
Yeah.
is a medium over here. So portion sizes play a big role. If you're drinking 20 ounces of a soda with with some fast food, and that's normal, if you can drink 20 ounces of a drink in one shot, you how? How
It's
do
the
you?
Yeah. 64 ounce, a big gulp.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then it's that lack of exercise with all that.
Right, right.
Mhm.
That's what gets you. Your body can do a lot. It can't handle processed foods. That's real.
Nope.
You have not evolved to handle that. So I don't know, man. The more you talk, you just say shit. Go ahead and kill me now. It's crazy. Then you start making all kind of excuses. Well, shit, grandmama ain't died. She ate the pork.
Yeah, and that be the thing too, though. It's like, we see older people that live long, but then they got like 20 bottles of medicine on they counter,
It's 8
or they
million
or they,
ways to
or
die.
they or they had to get their leg chopped off or something, so it's
Oh, you
Yeah.
say grandmama ain't had no toes and nothing left when she
yeah,
went.
you know what I mean?
Or,
The body all
or you may,
chopped up.
yeah, or you may see, you may see one that lived a long time, and they be like, all I ate was fatback every morning, right?
Mhm.
But the issue is that that's one person. So
That's
you
one
compare that to
Right.
make her 100,000 grandmas, and that's not, you know what I'm saying? But
And
from your perspective, she did it. Therefore, there's some success in that. That's not how it works. No.
I think when it's your grandmama, it kind of give you a little boost, like, all right, she made it about 90 something, or granddad, you know what I mean? And shit, he did whatever he did, but like you say, everybody ain't got the same
yeah, like the way stuff affect their, like coffee might affect you differently, right?
yeah.
Some people can drink it, some people can't. Some people use drugs and it kill them. You know what I mean? Some people don't. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
I just think like Mac Rob was saying, man, just have a good balanced diet, man, good exercise, and most importantly, go to the damn doctor, especially
go to the doctor, get your checkup. Yeah,
Go
when you reach our age, it is important that at least twice a year you do your PSA. It is not necessarily
PSA, yo, where I heard that before? Would you?
was
that the vaccine?
prostate exam, prostate screening.
Nah, what was you talking about the PSA, man? Was it doing the vaccine? What was it?
Oh, public service announcement.
That was
Nah, yo, what the hell we talking about, man? It's the PSA. Something was it? Who was you arguing with? Man,
no, that was talking about Woo Job, but that wasn't what the PSA.
Yeah, we were talking about Woo Job. What was the P?
Wu Jia was claiming that he can have quantitative analysis done. He can actually measure his amount of IgG and IgM in his blood.
Yeah, but he was checking his own stuff back.
Hell no, yo.
That's not how it works, right?
Hold on, man. You was like, I say, man, let him get. I say, I don't know. I know he making up something. Yeah. Do not let this man get. Talking about he know how to measure when he gonna take a vaccine. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Remember I just say, yo, you get vaccinated? Yeah, yo, remember I used to stay on, yo?
Yeah, when I said, oh, so you having titers done? He went,
get vaccinated.
But that's not how a titer works, though. We can determine the amount, but there's no correlation between amount of vaccine.
I was scared to get vaccinated, yo. Remember that, yo?
Shout out Woo Job, man.
Shout out to Woo Job. I was scared to death of a vaccine. I didn't get it yet. I got to take a test to see if the test say when it's time to get a vaccine. It was funny.
Listen, science is undefeated, but we are all humans, right? So understanding the technology at a fundamental basis, being pro the vaccines 100%. The moment I'm sitting there taking the vaccine, I'm like, this better go right. Human being. So nobody is Superman, and we're not saying like there's no doubt. You trust the science and you apply your logic. All right. I'm safer with the vaccine than without. But man, 2 seconds before that jab goes in, trust me, you're like, oh boy, this better be.
Yeah, I mean, anytime something going into the body, there's always a chance because going into the body.
Oh boy, this better be good.
So,
but like I was saying,
good work, good show, Mac Rob. What you gonna continue down? You continue elaborating on the heart, or you kind of peruse throughout the body?
Yeah, the goal is to try to make my way around the body, dealing with some of the most vital structures first. But it would be multiple shows on some of these structures because I know, especially the structures I know that's plaguing our community. So we'll try to delve in and talk about those. And
diabetes is gonna be fun.
Oh
yeah, that's pure biochemistry. That's fun stuff right there.
Yes, indeed.
That'll tear you up, boy. Diabetes now. Oh, did they hear about they may have a cure. They cured a monk. What was it they cured with? What's the worst when you have type 2 or type 1? Which one is
it? Type 1 is the worst.
Type 1 is the worst.
Didn't they say, yo, this doctor did something?
Type 2 is more what you see in society more prevalent. Type 1 is like
I think type 1 is inability from birth to produce insulin.
Type 1 is extremely serious.
Man, I think this doctor cured. It was a monkey or something from that. I swear to God.
It would be the type 1 because you're reversing something genetically or biochemically.
Which one can't you supposed to get rid of? Type 1, right?
Type 1. Type 1. That's that you're born with that. Your body simply can produce insulin. Yeah.
I swear, y'all reading. I was like, what?
Look up if there have been any breakthroughs.
Yeah. I think it is one. I think it is. I think we can eat the steak again.
Listen, shout out to Juju. We had a porterhouse, and we shared that between the three of us, and it was just fine. Moderation is the thing. Y'all want to eat a porterhouse by yourself?
And
Get
not
out of here.
Baltimore, they talking crazy. Hey, Mac Rob was like, "No, Mac Rob eat like a bird." He's like, "I ain't eating with y'all," but we was. Woo-wee. I can't hang with Juju and Miss Tiffany, yo. Yeah, they like, man, listen, man. We was grow. We had the seafood I seafood myself to death. Oh man.
Yeah, them seeds. Yeah, I'm seeing like in non-humans they got some
Yeah.
2025 in mice.
Yep. It was a mouse. What did it do? What did it say? Got about
they have multiple successful reversals of type 1 diabetes in animals, like I said, especially mice. So,
yeah, okay. We're gonna burn more oil now. They're gonna burn because you live long and get
But you would see a rise in chronic diseases, not at this level particularly, but like as populations live longer,
yeah.
populations are more likely to develop ailments. So you're gonna see
Cancers.
increase in society, right? Yep, cancers, especially cancers, because you're having precancerous conditions on a daily basis, right? And if your
Cell
immune
division. Yeah.
and if
The
your immune
longer,
function
the
works
more
right,
often your cell divides, the higher the risk of mutations happening. You got oxidation, free radicals. So cancer, the longer you live, the more likely you're about to run into cancer. Unfortunately, that's
you know what's cunning though, that in this series, I think I might have to do a series on that, is this right here, yo. You know, we talking about the brain, talking about the heart and disease, yo. And you got people that's doing this, man, the trick or treatment thing, man. Y'all should get this book right here, Trick or Treatment, right? And so you got people, I've been putting that guy in the server all week. You see the one with the funny hat?
Yeah.
Man, he got people driving from everywhere, man. He talking about he carrying this and carrying that. Like, it's horrible, yo. And it's just a lot of black people going, man. You know, and so I think shows like this is important because if you maintain your health, you ain't got to be in a position where you run into a wild person talking about, give me some herbs to cure this, give me that. And it's ridiculous, man, how they take advantage of us.
And it's the simple things too that help, right? It's the drinking water. It's getting plenty of rest.
Without Cedric.
You know
Oh,
what
I
I mean?
ain't doing none above right
You
now.
definitely gotta get that rest, man. I'm looking at some.
Sleep is for the dead, man. Sleep is for the dead. Sleep is for the dead.
Great.
No, dead is for the dead. Sleep is for the living. You better recharge. You better get you.
And
know what's wrong with
in the recommended amount to the 7 to 8.
Oh,
7
man.
to 8, and make sure you
Not
get
doing
that
it.
7 to 8. It's necessary. Trust me. Eventually, you're going to crash.
Third of the day.
Your body starts to break down.
Soldier told me, man,
I can't do 8 straight hours sleep. I gotta do 4. I gotta break mine up. I can't.
hey,
I can't
the tip say no sleep is a killer. I've been dead then, shit.
All you gotta do is turn that TV off, turn them lights off, put them,
man,
blackout curtains up.
Look, Soldier say, man, don't drink coffee after a certain time. Remember you sent that you gave that guy
after 3 o'clock, after like 1 or 3 o'clock. Don't drink no.
I sleep.
Then I was like, Soldier, I can sleep regardless. He was like, yo, you're not really sleep. Like
Right.
you don't get that deep. That I was like, damn,
You gotta get that REM sleep.
Yeah.
I can sleep on any coffee, any drug, crazy. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, you can sleep,
Yeah,
but it's like
certain
it's
people like
the
that.
quality of
Crazy,
quality
bro.
of hold on,
Quality
you can sleep,
of
but
the
the
rest.
quality of the sleep.
Be dead, knocked out. Pow.
Nah,
No,
it's the
your
quality.
body is doing too much processing. You're not in a position to produce the necessary brain chemicals. You wake up stressed. Your
Still tired.
muscles aren't completely relaxed. You feel the tension in your
You
shoulder.
know what's stressful, yo? All of these dumbass niggas on YouTube is real stress for me, yo.
Listen,
That's how you stop.
I've been sleeping like that for like my whole life. Like it don't even matter. Nighttime, I always sleep in segments. And segments. And one day I'll get one day it'll stop and I'll get like a good day. You know what I mean? But I've always felt fine though. I never.
You might be in heaven already, Sosa.
Welcome.
4 to 5 hours. 4 to 5
Yeah, I
hours.
know that. Yeah.
4 to 5 hours. I'm good. Yeah, 4
Yeah,
to 5
4 to
hours.
5 hours, and then you need to get that 4 hours,
Like a little
3
nap.
hours.
Yeah, 4 to 5 hours,
that
like a little nap. Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah, you break it up, but you need that rest, though, Unc. Physically, you're thinking to yourself, and you don't realize it because men, especially men, we on go mode. But the moment your body crashes, you realize, I'm getting that rest. You can feel it. Yeah,
And you
need
might be
that.
saving.
You know what's funny, Miss Tiffany? Think y'all seriously thinking I can't stop drinking coffee? Ridiculous. Somebody told me, yo, you can't stop drinking energy.
I'm
drink.
addicted to coffee, man.
I said, hold on.
You on coffee like that? Damn.
Nah, no, nigga, I drink a cup of coffee, yo.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Anyway,
Ain't nothing
hold
wrong.
on.
Man, you gotta trade one for the other, brother.
Nah, that's
Man,
crazy. Let me tell y'all something,
I'm
man.
addicted.
Hold on. Let me seriously. The heart health and all that, yo, I done busted my heart. I probably ain't got no heart running around this joint.
You got a heart.
Y'all is not good. You could
definitely
never convince me that I could not stop drinking coffee or energy drink. That's ridiculous to me. I'm like, haha, you tripping. I done stopped smoking cigarettes. You tripping. Coffee ain't it.
Go without it for
You might
2
have beat
years.
your match, huh?
No, yo, I ain't drink no coffee yesterday. I don't got. Listen, bro.
Yesterday.
Listen. Y'all ever smoked cigarettes before? You know what I'm saying? Y'all ever smoked cigarettes before?
Nah, I never got one.
Okay, none of y'all niggas smoke cigarettes, and you got it, and you want to smoke a
smoked
cigarette.
cigarettes before. I smoked cigarettes.
You see, there's a certain level of agreement I can have with you on. I stopped smoking cigarettes.
I'm not stopped drinking coffee because y'all don't think, especially Miss Tiff, don't think I can't stop. I enjoy drinking a cup of coffee.
I love drinking coffee. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
They can't. Everybody, wouldn't I know if I was addicted? Yo, wouldn't I know?
No, you may not know.
Hey, look,
that's making a mistake.
Hey, look, that's what people that
you're already making a mistake.
Hold on, people that are addicted.
Hold on.
And on the Med Talk show, is crazy work.
People that are addicted always say they can
Med
stop
Talk
whatever they
show.
want.
But I like it so much. I can stop drinking coffee. I just
Hey,
like
hold on. Y'all playing. I know y'all ain't
Med
playing.
Talk show.
Yeah, that's real.
He said on the Med.
On a Med Talk show. This is crazy. This is
Hey, look, now you know.
Wait
Now
a
you
minute.
gotta do it. Look, now you gotta do it.
No, I don't care. I ain't gotta listen to y'all. Good. Y'all think what y'all want to think. I'm drinking a cup of coffee.
Hey, but you can get addicted to
coffee,
anything. You know you can get addicted to
Hold
anything,
on.
right?
Hold on. All y'all drinking wine, liquor, smoking, weed, whatever y'all doing, and you're gonna want me to stop drinking a cup of coffee.
I am addicted to coffee.
You projected now.
I'm
I ain't doing nothing.
He's trying to change the subject. Yo, he's trying to point a finger at us now.
Hold on, folks. You don't drink nothing? You don't drink alcohol?
Yeah, I drink. I had to drink it a few months though.
Okay. But you drink though, right? How about you, Kent? How about you, Kent?
I ain't drink nothing yesterday.
That ain't
See?
Mac Rob. How about you, Mac?
Or today.
Say it again.
Do you drink alcohol? Yeah.
No, I never had alcohol.
In your life, never drink alcohol.
Never.
All right, well, Mac Rob.
Man, eat clean, live.
So,
He ain't playing.
listen. So what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying.
Listen,
I'm gonna stop drinking a cup of coffee, which takes me the whole damn day when y'all stop drinking. Now I think y'all did.
Now let's do it.
Y'all did.
I'm
gonna take you up on that challenge. I'm gonna take you up on that challenge, man.
I have very a great deal of self-control. I'm not addicted.
I'm gonna take you up on that challenge.
Do you know how much work I'm doing, yo? I forget to get a cup of coffee sometimes. I be so busy.
Coffee?
I forget to get a cup of coffee. I'm like, dang, I didn't drink no coffee today. I'm going to bed.
But if you be thinking about it and you get excited when you
nah, I do. Hey, bro. Hey, yo.
Have you ever gotten up in the middle of the night just craving that cup of coffee?
I ain't never craved it. I've never craved it. You crave coffee?
Me? Yeah, I'm a.
See, y'all keep talking Cedric.
Hey, also, you don't get happy when you think about the coffee, man.
No, man, that's Cedric. Yo, I don't crave no damn coffee. I gotta get that coffee, man.
Then why you drink it?
Guilty.
Because I enjoy drinking a cup of coffee.
Yeah, when you watch that coffee, when you go inside that gas station, you see that coffee ritual.
Man, but I'm willing to take you up on that challenge, though.
When you see that ritual, right? When you go into that gas station, you see that coffee ritual going on. you
Oh, I
realize
don't know.
it's something there,
That's
man.
different.
Like
No,
that
that's
line,
them. Nah.
yeah,
When
that's
you
that
smell the
ritual.
coffee in the airport and you zone out.
Y'all
You
playing.
This
zone.
ain't do. And look, I ain't gonna lie. I don't drink coffee, but it damn sure smell good though.
Man,
I be
listen.
walking
I
past the
smell
Starbucks, like it
coffee.
smell
I'm
good,
like,
but
wherever
to me
I
it
am,
tastes
Mac
nasty.
Rob, I don't
To me it
understand.
tastes nasty as
I
hell.
don't drink no alcohol. I don't drink beer. I'll have a glass of wine every now and then. But coffee,
Weed? Don't you smoke weed, Cedric? You smoke the
Yeah,
Oh man,
weed?
but
No.
snitching now, man.
that no addiction there. No addiction there. Coffee.
I don't
I'm
want to hear that.
telling you.
Y'all smoking weed. Y'all drinking. They're gonna tell you about a cup of coffee.
I'm telling you though.
Man,
Coffee,
you can turn the
the
show
rest
into-
of it, I
Turn on
completely
that-
agree.
Hey, you gotta
But
go,
that
please,
coffee,
fellas.
bro,
Hey, Mac Rob, they tell me I'm addicted to
Yeah,
coffee.
Friday month.
Me, out of all the people, coffee. I don't know if I'm addicted to coffee. I wouldn't know.
Hey, Mr. Tim say you addicted. We going by what
I'm just saying.
Who said
That
that? Who said
sounds
that?
like denial to me.
Hey, Kim, who's that?
Mr. Tim
I'm
said
just saying.
told on you, man.
I'm saying my Nescafe is never
Hey,
far.
this is nonsense. This is nonsense. Miss Tiff owned the whole coffee shop, yo. So she was drowning in coffee. She ain't tell y'all that, did she?
Oh man.
She the
Yeah, I
coffee.
do a little bit
lady.
of coffee every now and then. I'm lactose
You
intolerant.
know all
I
the
can't do-
technical names.
I can't do them creamers, and I don't like black coffee like that.
I just think it tastes nasty, man. What the hell do y'all get
It's
out
the
of
toilet.
I drink coffee black.
It tastes like dirt water.
I drink
I
sugar.
don't
I
drink
drink
cold
sugar
coffee.
coffee. I don't drink my coffee be light.
I don't drink cold coffee. I
It's sugar
drink
that I'm addicted to. Hey, Kent, it's the sugar I'm addicted to. I know what I'm addicted
Gotta
to.
be, yo.
It's the sugar.
espresso,
I can't
right?
even. I
Yeah.
can't even. I don't
Yeah,
even like to
Gideon.
drink liquor straight because it tastes
Those
nasty.
espressos, especially down in Florida, they sometimes the Cubans they hit them
What?
with the extra sugar.
Y'all put stuff in y'all alcohol. Y'all don't drink the liquor straight.
Hell no.
Oh, y'all
Yeah,
messing up.
I drink my liquor straight, but
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
nah. I gotta get some sweetness in that mug.
Nah, I ain't got time. If it's
What?
something white, if it's white liquor, I might do a white liquor, but if it's brown liquor, I just rather drink.
Hey, Mac Rob, they go to heart health. Sugar, coffee,
And liquor. That's fucked
and
up.
weed.
My bad.
The,
I ain't.
sugar,
But yeah.
the coffee doesn't necessarily need the sugar.
I'm gonna take y'all up on that, yo. Who trying to play with that coffee?
I'm with you on that.
Why would I
No,
do
I'm
that?
not. I'm not playing that. I'm drinking my coffee. Y'all on your own.
Oh, you
I'm
ain't
not
feeding me to it. Don't
not
be
even
good. If Cedric
I'm
ain't
not
doing it,
even
I ain't
playing.
doing
I ain't
I'm
really
not
coffee
even
drinking.
playing.
I'm 2 days up on you, Aunt. What's happening?
it. Hey, hold on. Hey, yo. Look, one time, I ain't drink some coffee. I was like, damn, I feel bad today, man. I said, what the...
Withdrawal.
I know. I say, damn, yo, what the hell wrong with me, man?
Yeah, withdrawals, man.
I ain't drinking no coffee. Yeah, you. Hey, hold on. I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah,
some
it
days you can have withdrawal from coffees. It don't hit me. It don't hit me every day, but some days, if you don't drink some coffee, yo, I don't know. You might feel a little.
Headaches.
Yeah, that's the first sign of addiction when you when you
know,
have
but
a
that's
withdrawal.
also
Real talk. It can't. That's
I
real
also go
talk.
back to your brain and dopamine. You know what I'm saying? Like your mind and your brain is prepared for that coffee. So that's like a dopamine hit. So when you don't get it,
addicted to the day. I ain't know.
And the subtlety of the addiction, right? Because it's not classified as one of the things of addiction, so you're not really looking out for it. The rest of the stuff, your mind, you maintain that control. But coffee, she calls you in the middle of the night, say, "Come."
No. See,
Hey, look, I think because it ain't
Get him
drugs.
back,
You know,
Rob.
I think 'cause
It is a drug. It is a drug.
I mean the hard drugs like we be thinking. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the coke and all of that. I
Man,
think
y'all just said your heart palpitation. That sounds like something wild with the caffeine.
Man, you drawing out the little clear layer, man. I don't know if that's, but yeah, you gotta give it up.
Coffee is serious, but I ain't tripping off, y'all. Yo, if the coffee kill me, then so be it.
That sounded like my uncle before he died from drinking, man. He said, "Yeah, I guess I'm gonna."
Hey, and listen, I heard that the consumption of coffee, reduces the likelihood or the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yeah, it do. That's why I'm forgetting them.
that's what I'm saying. Like we need to go. It's like a lot of conflicting report with coffee and caffeine. Like there's a lot of opinion.
Well, if they ain't got it together yet, I'm gonna wait till they get it together.
Because a lot of neuroscience stuff I watch, they don't shun coffee. Like,
Hey,
they don't.
hey, Mac Rob, once they get the scientific studies together, y'all bring it to me. Then I make my determination.
What's a good natural energy booster though that ain't harmful?
What? Exercise.
Yeah, I
No,
heard
talk about consumption. For consumption.
Yeah,
exercise is the best boost. For
No,
me.
Matt Rob, what you got, Matt Rob?
A natural energy booster?
Yeah, like people drinking coffee so they can get it like a low. Yeah.
Oh man.
I say exercise.
Yeah, I think I misspoke. Miss Tiffany said I may have said sugar. I meant coffee, right? So coffee is good for the brain.
No, she's saying not sugar. She's talking to She's saying not sugar coffee. Talking about
Yeah, I definitely drink sugar coffee. I'm saying the sugar get me more than the coffee.
No. Coffee.
And I play with yo-yos too while y'all at it. Relax the brain.
I ain't seen a yo-yo since the 90s.
You ain't seen an Imperial, which y'all don't know about this? Y'all don't know about that.
Grew up playing it.
Yeah, let me
Can you do tricks?
I hate that yo-yo thing. I can never do that thing.
Light up.
Can you do tricks?
Light up.
No, I ain't a good.
You walk the dog and make the swing.
I can walk the dog. That's about it. Nothing else.
Hey, we need to end this live and do a whole nother show, man.
Oh yeah.
We messed it up. Miss Tiff started that and messed it up with the coffee.
Not a coffee.
Hey, Mac Rob.
Ain't too long.
Hey, Mac Rob, you wanna go ahead and let them know what you gonna do next, man?
Yeah, I was butter right there, man.
What's up, Tiff?
I just wanted to say that sugar coffee does not count in terms of
That's the baby.
Good.
Oh man,
sugar coffee don't count when it comes to preventing Alzheimer's. Just saying.
Oh.
Hey, Unc, I'm in the car with you, bro. Put sugar in my coffee, cuz.
Okay, snitching, yo.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Get a double dose of the badness.
We all got a vice, bro.
Hey, me, we gonna go ahead.
Malcolm, you duck liquor all these years. Let coffee get you. That's terrible. Yeah, a coffee bean. You gotta duck all these hard drugs to get caught by a coffee bean. Crazy work.
You got a hold on them.
Hey,
it
be the one that don't drink and smoke. They go out fast, don't it?
Right? Yeah.
No, I got mine in. I'm all right. I got a whole. Got mine in. I'm good.
I'm guilty, baby. Coffee. I'm addicted.
You say coffee. You wake up in the middle of the night and drink coffee. That's a new one, bro.
Yeah, that's new right there. I ain't gonna lie to it. I ain't heard that one.
Hey, but Mac Rob, that was
my dad was like that, right? So I got that from my dad. My dad would drink coffee at the weirdest hours. And when I went to Europe, I mean, it's part of the culture. It's yeah.
In the middle of the night and then go back to sleep.
Yeah, I drink coffee and go back to bed.
Oh man, you tripping?
How?
You tripping? Yo. I ain't never heard that before.
Yeah, it can put you to sleep.
You might be capping. See, I got called cap. Man.
No, I'm not. Look, man, look. I got
I know people that do that. I know people that drink coffee like all day long.
Yeah, like they
still go to sleep. Still go to sleep. Like,
I drink. I really. I want to say. I'm not gonna say too much, but I drink coffee all throughout the day,
like a Marine. Like a Marine.
Yeah, pretty much.
All day long.
Yeah,
I can sip on. I never finish mine. If I get something from Starbucks, I never finish it. McDonald's, I never finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't. I can show you right now.
That's how I am with my Pepsi though. I get the Pepsi and drink like half of it. Throw the rest of it in the trash.
Miss Tips.
I agree. I can see that though. I can see that happening though.
Let me show you. Y'all think I'm bluffing, yo?
I think I went on deck, man.
I'm over there What did he say? Scrambling and scrambling. How you say it?
He got one on sight.
I like messing with just a few times a year.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Mister, oh my.
Oh,
Hey, do that link in the chat, Joe.
ADC,
Oh,
happy
boy.
4th of year.
So who's all in the no coffee challenge? I'll be sipping my coffee watching.
I ain't finished this for the day. I ain't finished it.
Now you just pour some water in there to make it look like
Nah.
How much sugar? How much
you
sugar in that
was gone for a long
Chocolate
time for
milk.
it to be
That's
right there.
chocolate milk. You tripping? You got to pour chocolate milk in a cup. Come on, man.
Tell us
You was
what
gone for 2 minutes, 2 whole minutes.
That's a shake. That's a
I
chocolate
was
shake.
sitting right there to the
It's
left.
not, yo, it's coffee, yo. It's
Man,
Tell us,
where's the
no,
coffee?
it's not just coffee.
It is. I
Tell
like
us
mine
what-
like that.
Nah, tell us what's the
Where's
order.
the
Tell us
coffee?
what you ordered.
Coffee a little
Tell
thicker
us.
than that, my brother.
Nah, this vanilla. This from McDonald's.
It's a
Vanilla
vanilla what?
latte.
Vanilla
Yeah.
who what?
This
A
vanilla?
vanilla latte.
Vanilla
no
venti latte?
Nah, I don't get none of that. I just get the vanilla coffee and get the cream in there. Seriously.
A choca mocha.
And how
You
many?
thinking
how
about
many,
you thinking
how
about the
many
sweet
pumps of
cream, the
sugar?
sweet cream of whatchamacallit.
Uh-huh.
All the sugar, don't get it twisted. I'm saying the sugar gonna kill me for the coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I never drink
And the
whole-
donut on top of that.
Nah. Every now and then I had one a day, but I don't eat donuts every day. I don't eat that. Every
What
blue
else?
moon donut, every blue.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're gonna use sugar, you make sure it's Jamaican brown sugar. Otherwise, don't
Yeah,
use sugar.
trash.
Can,
No sugar.
can you do black coffee?
I don't like coffee like that.
Yeah, black coffee, no sugar.
It's
no
terrible.
cream.
It's
Yeah,
horrible.
That's like
especially
drinking
That's because you
unsweet
got
tea.
sugar. That's
roasted
sugar
beans.
addiction.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm the
What?
same way
Yeah,
too.
sugar addiction.
I'm the same
That's
way
what I
too.
think it is,
When I
too.
drink coffee, it's a fruit drink. Sugar, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Cream.
look,
Yeah, it's you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, me too.
man.
Yeah,
That's
people
how
say
I-
I just like cream.
That's how I
yeah,
am
yeah.
with,
I know people that drink it straight black. Like, even
Oh.
if they ain't
Yeah.
if they ain't got no look, even
A
if they
double
ain't got no sugar,
espresso, extra strong, black, no sugar, no cream.
That's you?
What's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, I
he
can't.
just
Exactly.
ain't got no
What's
sugar.
wrong
That's
with
it.
What's
Nah.
wrong with y'all? Even a cup of coffee at McDonald's is holding the sugar and the cream. I'm here for the coffee.
Oh no, you wake up and drink dirt.
You don't drink no cream in your coffee, yo?
Sometimes, but not necessarily.
You
No.
drink black coffee, yo? That's what's wrong with your lips, yo. You done burnt your
Oh
No.
man,
no.
you crazy.
The
Yo.
reason why you can't drink it with black coffee is because you got the sugar. It's sugar. Y'all crazy.
Y'all wilding out.
No, I got a homeboy like I know a lot of people like that.
You done burnt your lips.
He
You done
burn
pepper
that
man, you burnt your
motherfucker.
lips, man.
But listen, that separate the real that separate the real coffee drinkers though. Like
Oh yeah.
the real
That's
coffee
true.
drinkers will
That's
drink
true.
it straight. Like, no
I'm
sugar.
in the
Drink
middle.
black coffee, son. What's wrong with you, man?
Said that coffee be boiling.
I'm in the middle.
Boiling hot Caribbean coffee. Put some cream in, man.
God.
I prefer to have, like, if I have a cappuccino or a latte, I can have it without sugar.
Hey, Cedric, Tiffany is the real coffee drinker. Listen to her.
No, I'm
Watch
not.
this. Watch.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
I'm
Go
a
ahead.
tea drinker. I
Tea ain't coffee. Go explain it to us. Watch.
No, I ain't explaining nothing. I'm just saying I'm in the middle. I can have like cappuccino or a latte without sugar. I can do that, and I can drink black coffee. Like, it's not a big deal. But
What about the tea? What about the
Yeah.
tea?
If I'm having black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Like no sugar, no cream. But I can have some coffee with cream without the sugar. You don't put no sugar in coffee. Well, why?
yeah. Do you do coffee or espresso?
I'm an espresso, yeah.
Yeah.
Fresh beans. Oh man. Oh boy. Yeah, I can do that all day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's like drinking unsweet tea. I'm addicted to sweet tea.
Yeah, I can drink unsweet tea.
I
What's
can't
the
do
purpose
that.
of drinking unsweet tea?
That's how I prefer drinking my tea. Is unsweet.
Yeah, but
Unsweet?
you
That's
put
the up north
sugar,
thing.
if you put sugar in the tea, then you don't get the actual flavor from
Right,
the
of the
stuff.
tea. You don't taste
What?
the tea.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. All you taste is the sugar.
The flavor is the sweetness
Think
of the
about
tea.
that.
Nah, see, y'all got addicted to sugar. Y'all got a sugar.
Sweet tea, yo.
I'm definitely addicted
Most
to
of us
sweet
do
tea.
now.
Now
Most
I'll admit
people
that
got
I'm
sugar.
addicted to sweet tea, yo.
Yeah, I have my days. Right, that I'll put some sugar
I'm
in
gonna stop
coffee,
today, man.
but it is not a requirement, right? Like if I'm having a fancy mocha chocolate something like that, I'll put a little bit of sugar in it, but one or two of those little packets, because making it too sweet, it starts to churn your stomach and it just makes
That's
you
true.
feel bad.
I mean, but if you're gonna drink unsweet tea, why not just drink water?
Nah, the reason
I
why
mean,
you see it like that because when you have too much, when you have sugar on a regular basis, it does something to the way you taste food.
oh, it
Yeah,
might be.
can't
Yeah, you
taste
right.
flavor.
You gotta be right on
Right. So when you
Okay.
stop, if you like wean yourself from it and you experience these things
Yeah.
without sugar, you actually will be able to taste it.
You know how you best to do
It
that?
tastes
You
real
buy
bitter.
a
It tastes real bitter without the sweet.
you buy an
sugar.
assortment of fruit teas, right? And just go ahead and drink each, like try a strawberry and then a peach, but do it without the sugar. Then you're gonna actually appreciate the flavor of the tea. Like it really works.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
Hey, we got brother
Oh,
Gary on the line.
what's up, Gary?
How you doing, bro?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's going on with you, man?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah, so speaking about the coffees, I only mess with the hazelnut. If it ain't hazelnut coffee, I can't mess with it.
I like the hazelnut too.
Yeah,
I mix it with vanilla.
I see now.
hazelnut and vanilla. Yeah.
You mix hazelnut and vanilla.
Bang
You
it.
trolling us right now.
No, hazelnut vanilla. Hazelnut and vanilla cream.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
man.
my goodness.
It smells
I
nice. That's for sure.
I turn a
You
coffee
walk
into
in
a
the office.
frappuccino. I turn a coffee into a frappuccino.
Mm-mm-mm. Y'all is hilarious.
Yeah, but Unc drinks sparkling water. What do you expect? He's bougie.
That's why, yeah, I man like so I don't drink it that much. So when I go there, I'm gonna get a quick trip, probably a medium, a fritter, and 15 packs of sweet and low sugar.
That's
It's a
hilarious.
dream, you know?
Sweet and low?
Already.
God.
Sweet and low.
Awesome.
Damn.
15 packs of sweet
Drinking
and low
pseudo
sugar. Yeah.
I gotta get that regular sugar.
can't
You know, I
stand
gotta watch my health. I can't.
That stuff tastes so artificial and nasty.
Yeah,
Might
I
as well
know.
go without the sugar. I can't do those sweeteners. They
Me
taste
either.
so bad.
Can't do that at all.
So ain't nothing wrong with fruit though, right? Because fruit is naturally got.
Ain't nothing wrong with fruit.
Okay.
Yeah, fruit all day.
So I'm gonna start just making the fruit smoothies instead of the sweet tea. Just drink.
Unless you diabetic, then you got to watch the amount of fruit you eat.
Right.
You can't be,
Yeah.
yeah, you can't be gobbing down
Yeah,
fruit.
like
OD
mangoes,
on fruit.
mangoes,
Bunch of grape.
yeah, mangoes are for people with diabetes. Mangoes are dangerous. The sugar content is so high, right, that they're actually dangerous. They can spike your
Yeah,
sugar.
mangoes,
Although
mangoes,
the
that's-
sugars are natural, right?
Mango
Although the
pure
sugars are natural, they'll spike your sugar levels.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so like I said, you got even that's what I'm saying with the fruit trade. You got to be careful.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, but they said RFK trying to interfere with y'all's Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks.
Man, I ain't mad at that, man. Yo, that's,
I think he using that as a shield because who's gonna really have an issue with that, right? And then he go do the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, they gonna fight. They gonna fight for them.
Changing the autism website,
They gonna fight
about
for
what autism does. You know what I mean? So he's doing.
Yeah.
Anyone
This is
that
a
fights
distraction.
against him trying to reduce sugar levels is going to look like a lunatic, right? And that is going to give him the advantage to continue with his lunatic anti-vaccine nonsense. So he's looking for the cheap win to solidify and promote the nonsense on the other end. Look over here.
Hilarious.
Yeah, man. We ain't gonna be in here all night, man. I think it was an excellent show, Mac Rob, man. That was a brilliant presentation that you put together, brother. And there's gonna be many more to come. So yeah, man. Any last words, y'all?
No,
man, keep it coming. Hopefully we can get Sister Safa up here, man. We can get a nice little rhythm going with evolution and health and the whole nine. It'd be dope.
Yes, I don't want to talk to Sister Safa about nothing but Trump.
Oh man,
yeah.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we gonna get on up out we gonna get on up out of here.
Appreciate y'all coming through for Med Talk. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all,
a pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunstring. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunstring. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunstring. Pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunstring. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunstring. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunstring. Who do you believe in? People bringing misinformation when that information ain't disinformation. That's disinformation. Gotta know the difference in information. Get information with the pseudo killer army hunting pseudo. Cause you gotta train your mind to fight against them pseudo judo. People with the scholarship salute, we give them kudos. But the people with that look of shit, we look and see straight through those like telescope. If you ain't speaking fast, we gotta tell them folks and let them know the truth. You bringing malinformation to blast, then you the Ku Klux. Like say, don't talk me to death, bro, what the proof of? Good juju chillin', why you wanna go way bad juju up? Chalon boy got the tank in the cut. I'm in Sosa World plotting on the kick though with Kent. Come in Tiffany gave me the pseudo names on the list and said went and got the low. Anthony got him in the scope, Gullah and Gozy make sure DNA ain't a problem for them folks. Cause a pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunstring. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunstring.